On your desktop, you should have this little icon that says Win6000, right? Everybody get this? We downloaded it yesterday. Make sure the hardware key, the USB port is plugged in, and go ahead and double click on the Win6000. You're going to get that message. Go ahead and yes for this message. And you should be, all of you guys should be looking at something that's going to be coming soon here. There you go. When you reach this, can you give me a thumbs up? So you said this is how you start the software, always. Okay? All right? Tao, good. Dustin, Nick, my friend, good. Alaripo, you there? You what? That's your problem, buddy, not my problem. Okay. I gave you a key. Okay. Now, what for this, guys, if you go right here into this system, you click on that little down arrow, it will give you the way the system works, Rob. You can have multiple estimators working on the same project or multiple projects at the same time. Obviously, we have only one estimator working. One of you guys is going to submit the estimating for me. If you and each one of these estimators, a junior estimator, guys, they give the estimator less, what's the word, permissions to do things than a senior estimators. So all this stuff that you can see here is really estimators that are going to sit for your company. We only have one estimator, the admin. Admin can do everything, can change everything. So click on admin. When you click on admin, can you guys see that save password is clicked for you? Leave it. I already put the password for you. If anybody's is wondering what the password is, if you lose the password, if anybody's wondering what the password is also admin with a capital D, A-D-M-I-N. I already put this one for you. Cool? Everybody's there? Capital A, D-M-I-N. It's already there. You don't have to mess with it. Cool? Aladi boy, you there, my friend? Okay, and then it's already done for you. Hit OK, and you guys are looking at the software. Cool. Well, you guys at this point, can you give me a thumbs up, please? So make sure we're in. Every time you're going to go there. So the first thing we need to do, to understand this software good, Ashley, my friend, they give you a sample job, Nick. They give you a sample job always. Can you guys see where it says? I have commercial. You guys have sample job electrical. Everybody can see where it says sample job electrical. Please don't open anything. Can you guys see where at the top you have sample job electrical? Okay. What they do, because estimating is a detailed process. There's a lot of things involved. You're going to see in the software. They give you a sample. This sample, guys, cover 80% of what you need to set up the system. Cool. All right. So the first thing we need to do, and I want you guys to start. We're going to start new job, right? See where it says new job? This, by the way, this window is for all the jobs that you are working on. You could be working on 100 jobs. So right now you have the job, the estimator lead, the job number, and the date these jobs have been created. Cool? And if every time you add them, so Rob, next quarter, you guys are going to have an industrial project. When you open this software or other softwares, you're going to find a commercial project here. You're going to add another project that says industrial project. Okay. The first thing I want you guys to do is go new job. Can you guys see where it says new job? Okay, we're going to go new job. Okay, now when you do a new job, it opens this window for you. Are you guys there? When you are there, give me a thumbs up. Let's go. The name of the new job is commercial project. So if you guys can go type commercial project. This is my name. Since I have two commercial projects myself, I'm going to call it one. You guys are going to call it commercial project. You can put the bid date here, any bid date that you want. Let's say 03-0310 is our bid date. 2012. You can fill all this information. You can fill information about the contractor, the telephone number, all this stuff. So you can go ahead, guys, and fill these. I don't want to. Can you see? The only thing I want you to do at least is commercial project. Yes, sir. Okay, close that one. I want to. Okay, I want to go one more time here. Job. I was right here. Did you start new project, new job? Everybody at new job, guys? New job? Okay. When you get into the new job, you're going to put commercial project. Commercial project. And bid date, let's do 03-10-12. Cool. And I want you to fill this information, guys, here. But for the time being, because it takes time, you're going to do it on your own. Can you guys get me the minimum I want you to do is these two things, right? Just the commercial, really the commercial project, the name. Eventually, Alaripo, I want you to fill all this information. Why? Because when you print all your reports, all this info will be at the top of your reports. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We know how to print it. I'll show you how to get back to it later. Okay? Everybody's okay with that? You at least do the commercial project and the bid date, right? Okay, if you click on the notes here, guys, you can write your notes, anything notes you want to do. Users, here's all the users right now. The lead estimator is admin. I clicked on users. You can assign the estimate to different people. We only have one admin. Admin is the big dog in the company, the guy who can change the library to do anything well. But you can assign different estimators for it. We're not going to do that. Directories, if you hit directories, this is where all the assemblies and everything related to the software is coming from. So Ashley, if you wondered when you do the estimates, where is it going to be saved? The question is always, where is it going to be saved? It's going to be saved right in these areas: application, services, jobs, backup, and all this good stuff. Everything that you do is going to be in these directories, and you guys can see it's in the C drive, under McCormick, documents, public, documents, blah blah blah. So this is where your system, the library, and everything else will be saved. Can I have thumbs up, guys? Cool. Let me tell you one little thing in this software. There is no save button. Everything you do is automatically saved. Does that make sense? Because what happened with estimating, guys, if the worst thing I could do is you do halfway through the estimation and you forget to save, then you're in a big trouble. So there is no save button. When you exit, it automatically saves. Cool. Can I get you to understand that one? Okay. Directly users. When you leave as is, directly leave as is. Users, notes, and details. You guys are going to come back to the details and fill this information to the best of your ability. Cool. Can I have thumbs up? We got that one, Chad? That's the basic about it. Okay. When you're done with this, when you're done, can you guys hit the button set up? Can you guys see where the button set up here? Everybody can see this? Hit set up. Okay. Okay, new detail. Okay, maybe not exit. Okay, let's go exit setup. Close. Let's close. Why don't you guys close that? It says close. Close it. When you close it, you got into this window. Are you guys in this window? When you closed it, everybody's in this window? Yes, no? We're underneath the setup. There's a closed window. Exit, we'll get you there. Are you guys there? Okay. Can I have thumbs up that everybody's there? Alaripo, cool. Tao, Jackson, you guys are there? Okay. When you reach here, the most important thing, guys, about this software is the ability to copy from previous job. All the setup for you. So by default, it will tell you paste from job, active, the sample job. You're going to paste at least the labels. Click on the labels. Can you guys see where it says the labels are? Labor categories, job specific parts, not the takeoff, extension reports. I want you guys to do the labels. Click the labels, the labor, the job, and extension reports. Let's do the bid summer. Okay, extension report, just extension reports. That's what we need. Okay, here's what we're doing. Instead, guys, of starting from scratch, the software allows you to copy a previous job that you have done to expedite the process of estimating. That's exactly what we did. So they give you a sample electrical job and say, could you please copy, what do I need to copy? I need the labels because they're really nice. Instead of set them all the time, I need to copy a label. Labor categories, job specific parts, and we're not going to do the takeoff. No job details, and we're going to do the extension reports. Everybody's there? Click these. Thumbs up, yes? Cool. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead paste. Are you sure you want to pay us? It tells you you will screw up everything in your business. And if that was a project and I paste another project on it, what's going to happen to the original data? It's going to disappear. Yes? And you have just created a new job. Okay? Did you guys get that one? Paste it? Yes? Okay. When you're done, now your job is set. We have just started a job called commercial project. Can you guys close where it says close right here? We're at the bottom. Everybody can see where it's at the bottom says close, close it. Okay, now you have just created a job. I want everybody guys to show me that if you have, oops, it doesn't show a whole lot here. Can you guys see where at the top it says commercial project? Everybody has a commercial project at the job? Top, cool? Thumbs up, yes, Chad? No? Tom, my friend, we're good? Okay. Now, if you want to go back to the same screen that we were on, guys, here's jobs. You hit jobs. It will take you to the same screen that we started with. And you should see your commercial project listed there. Can you guys see when you hit jobs, do you see your commercial project listed there? You have just started a new job. Okay, close it. Can you guys see where it says close at the bottom here? Close it. All right, let me walk you through the software. Now, we did the setup for a project. The software is very easy. The software, my friends, is nothing but 5 steps. 5 steps. Believe it or not, in 5 minutes, you have just finished 1 step. Step number 1, can you guys see it? What does it say? Jobs. That's step number 1. Set up the job. You guys are done. Check. Set up the job, done. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We understand set up the job. Step number 2 is we're going to do the labels. You want to see the labels. Set the labels. Step number 3, we're going to do the job itself. Take off. We're going to do the takeoff, counting and measuring. Step number 4, can you see where it says extension? What's extension? Doing the math, hitting the button and do the calculation, the math. Can I have thumbs up about extension, guys? We know what extension is. And step number 5, the last one, is bid summary. Bid summary, guys, is where you put all you take your extension, add the overhead and the labor to it. Remember that? Overhead and labor and profit and contractors, subcontractors, and all those guys. It adds them all up in one category. Can I have thumbs up that we understand this process is 5 steps? No more. All what you need to understand from it is really 5 steps. Cool? Thumbs up, Jackson, my friend. We're good? Tao? Okay. So I'm going to go to step number 1. By the way, at any time, you can go to any step at any time and not in sequence. So you're in step 5 and you want to go back to step 1. Bring it on. So I'm going to go back to step number 1, guys. Again, click on step number 1. When you go to step number 1, later on, and remember that information that you wanted to edit and add to, right? Remember that information? All what you have to do when you go there, which says details or edit. I think details. Okay, if you hit details, it will open the same window that we were working on and you fill the information. Okay? I don't want you to do anything with it, but that's how you go back and fill the information that we were missing. Okay, for the time being, I want you to, way at the bottom, can you see where it says close here? Close it. Close again. So I want you to be looking at this screen. Can I have thumbs up that we're all looking at this screen, Chad? Cool. Okay. Now, step number 1 is done. Completely done. Okay? So that's my step number 1 is done. We're going to do step number 2, 3, 4, and 5 in a few seconds here. Cool? All right. So let's take that one. Let's go to step number 2. Step number 2. Can you guys click on step number 2, please? Everybody click on step number 2. You can size your windows. Everybody's at step number 2. For step number 2, guys, a couple of things you need to understand. The way the software works, guys, you can slice the building in any way, shape, or form you want. The more slides you do in your building, the better information you can get for the estimators and the project managers when you manage the project. For example, take this. This is very important. It comes as a default with the system. I can use my best bet. My best bet, guys, is when it's exactly the bid. I'm going to add all the material, labor, add the profit, overhead, and come up with a $2 million to build, to do electrically, to do a building electrically, right? To install the system. That's your base bid. Okay. Now, what happens if you need to add? You can add something or you can deduct something. We're not going to do add deduction. In estimation, guys, it's not a linear process. There's a lot of things in estimation. When you estimate a hospital, how long will it take you? How much will it cost you to build an electrically a hospital? There's a lot involved in it. So sometimes they might come up with a fixture like this, the cheapest, easiest, probably $80 fixture like above your head. And then later on, they say, you know what, we're going to go to a more fancy fixture. Can you give us a bid for a more fancy fixture as well as for a regular fixture? Then you can add. That's where the additive here. You can add to the bid. Same thing. You have a generator and the owner is broke. They can't afford the generator. So what are you going to do when you're estimating have a generator, but the owner does no longer want a generator? You do subtract or deduct. You can do deduction from the system. Cool? For this project, guys, we're only doing base bid. We don't have add or deduct, just to simplify the process. Cool? So make sure, can you guys make sure that this is clicked? Where it says clicked, check next to it. Can I have thumbs up that it's clicked for us? Cool. Second thing. So this is how many types of bids I'm going to have. The base bid plus addition deduction. Okay. The second column is for building. Actually, you could have a campus that you're bidding. Building A, building B, building C. So how many buildings do we have in our system? So the second division is building. So I want you guys to go unclick building C and building B. Why? Because how many buildings we have in our project? How many buildings do we have in our project? One building. One building and the site. Okay. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? Yeah, we unclicked building B and C. Yes, sir.
My screen looks a little different.
As in?
Like my label group says default. So base page.
Okay. You must have. Everybody else have the same screen, guys? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you didn't. Okay, no big deal. Edit is one. Let me just go back to here and go to the job. This is commercial project. You see, cut paste from the job. There you go. You just didn't paste the labels. This view extension from the negative one. Extension labels. What did we say? Character or categories? Jobs. And say. All right. Okay. Any question, guys, about this? Any question? Can I have thumbs up that we chose building A and the site, because we're going to have information in building A and we also going to have the site. Cool? Yep. Yes? No? Okay. Let's go to the second one. A floor. How many floors do so can you see how we are slicing the building, guys? Everybody can see what we're doing. We're trying to take off based on the base bid, then how many buildings, then how many floors in a building. How many floors do we have in this building? 1. So unclick 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and building, and leave just the service and 1, will ya? Service and 1. Because we have everything that we're going to do is either a service, which is probably going to be outside, and the floor 1, right? Because we have only 1 floor in this building. Next project, how many floors we're going to have? 2 floors. We don't know it yet.
Good answer.
Yeah. Okay. So the fourth column is for systems. Can you guys see where it says systems here? I have power, lighting, low voltage, security, special system, and floor. We don't have, well, leave them as is. If I want to add a system, by the way, you can add another system. You can add any system or leave the default, leave it as is. Okay. The last one, guys, is the one that I want you to modify. Can you guys go to see E1? Type E1 all the way through E10. E2. Can you guys see that? E3. and I want to see E4 all the way. Just keep typing E4 over everything else. E5 and E6. All right, all the way to E10. These are all the drawings that we have for this project, our project. We don't care about anything else here, any units or anything. E7 and E8. Here you go. E9 and E10. E10. If you need more than E10, you know what we do? Every time you type here, guys, it will give you another one. Every time you type at the last column, it gives you another one. So could you please make sure we have only E1 through E10 and all clicked? All clicked. Can I have thumbs up that we have E1 through E10 all clicked? Okay. So let me show you what we're doing here, guys. Later on, look what's going to happen. Just to give you an idea. I can do a takeoff. I can do a takeoff. What was E4, for example? E4 was, no, let's say E6. E6, I know E6 is power. So I'm going to do a takeoff on E6, power for floor 1 for building A. Can you guys see the sequence? And for what? For base bed 1. So I can tell how many receptacles I need for floor 1 in sheet E6 under power, the floor 1 building A, floor 1 building A and base bed. Okay, let me tell you another scenario which we don't have. Suppose that you have also A10. It's not in ours. Suppose also A10 is have some power. I can make A10 go to power, but this time I need floor 2. Go to floor 2, and this is building C. Go to building C, and this is also base bed. Can you see how it slices? So I can tell how many receptacles in every floor, in every sheet, for every building, for every base bed or addition or deduction from the bed. Now, some of you look at me and say, who cares, Chad? If you're a project manager, you welcome to managing projects. You have just entered how to buy and purchase the material for a project. Because if I need to buy all the receptacles for floor 1, why should I go buy them for floor 2? Because floor 2 is not there yet. It will give you, one second, it will give you detailed information about every system, every sheet, every floor, every building, and every type of bid that you did. Can I have thumbs up, guys, that we understand that how powerful this is? Go ahead.
Can you make another building?
Absolutely.
Does it share the same floor? Like,
absolutely. Yeah, I can make, yes, absolutely. I can make E, for example, or I can make E8. Like let's make E8 is the same thing, power, and in the same floor, and in the same building, and for the same bid.
So does it totally have the same floor?
It will, here's what it does. It will put it separate based on these blue line that I drew, and it will also totally at the end. It will totally also based on the floors, how many receptacles in each floor, and also how many receptacles in each floor on each sheet. Any question, guys, about this? Any question? This is the most powerful way of the estimating. If you're doing estimating, this is it. You can why this is important, Tao, my friend. You can give this information to a project manager, and they can manage and buy the material. Okay. Any question about the tabs, so-called labels? They call them labels. Any question about the labels? Ashley, you can add as many labels as you want here, as many labels as you want in this area. So you have how many categories? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories that I can add, and under each category, and I can add unlimited amount of slices. Slice the building more and more and more. Who cares? It's all about managing the project. When I get the job, I can have detailed material about the project. Can I have thumbs up? We understand what the tabs and how powerful they are. I want you bare minimum for this project to have the tabs that we're looking at. Everybody has the same tabs? Yep. Gentlemen and lady, we are done with step number 2. Here's step 1 and step 2. So you are 40% done with estimating. Not cool? Step 1 and step 2 is done. That's it. You put the details about your project, and you put the labels, you set the labels, and you can change the labels at any time. It's not like you're done. You can come back and change them at any time. Okay, so let me close this, and I assume everybody is with me here, and put these labels. Can you guys see what it says combine here? These are all combined. We'll talk about this later, but just leave it as is. Okay, let's go to step number 3. This is where the tire hit the road. That's where we do the estimation. 90%, all these guys, 90% of your time is going to be in this here. 90% of your time as an estimator, it's going to be in this step. Everybody see that? That's where you're going to do the, oops, not here. It's going to be the takeoff. Thank you. 90% of the time is going to be in 90% of the time is going to be in the takeoff. Huh? Let's close out. Close that one. Go to labels. Can you see what labels are? Click on labels.
No, I'm in 3. You just click on 3.
Oh, you clicked on 3?
We are done with 2. We are done with 2.
Okay, we're done with 2. Everybody is good with 2? Good. Let's go. And again, you can come to 1, to 2, or to 3 at any time. So go click to 3, will you? When you click to 3, this is where, as I said, the tire meet the roads. That's where you're going to spend 90% of your time. So let's go navigate the takeoff. Navigate the takeoff. When I do the takeoff, guys, it's very interesting. For those of you who are going to be project managers, especially project managers, the most important thing, step number 1 of takeoff, step number 1, guys, of takeoff, step number 1 is takeoff, it's set the labels. Can you guys see the label here that we just designed? This is step number 1. You have to set the label. You have to put the label right. For example, if I'm doing power, can I put power, guys? If I'm doing receptacle, can I take receptacle under lighting? Yeah, it will be full though. You're going to take receptacles and mechanical equipment under what? Power. When you have fixtures and you're taking fixture, you're going to take them under what? Lighting. So it's a base bed, good Chad. It's a building A. We only have one building, floor 1. We only have one floor. We are power. Do we have anything power in E1 in our project? No. So you're going to go there and you're going to change this one into E4. E4 is the one that has, we're going to do, for example, E6. We're going to change it into E6. Can I get you guys to give me a thumbs up? The step number 1 of takeoff is first to put the label right. Why it's important to put the label right? Because, guys, everything you take is going to put it under this label. So when it sums them up, it sums all the receptacle on floor 1, power, or lighting. Everybody's okay with this? Let's go to step 2. Step 2, my friends, you have 2 things. You have takeoff menu. Can you guys see with the menu here? This is very important. This is step 2. Make sure you click on the right menu. There are 2 things, guys. There's the menus and the assemblies, right? So a menu is all, for example, look at this. Wires. I'm clicking on wire. Under wire, I need copper. Under copper, I need solid. Under solid, I need THHN. Can you guys see this is the major category. Then it takes you down into all these categories all the way to the THHN. When you click on the THHN, then it takes the THHN and drop it right in here. It drop it right into the assembly. The most important thing, you're going to start with the menu. So you're going to be looking for the things under menu. Is it a wire? Is it a branch circuit? Is it a feeder? Is it a device? You click on it and you keep drilling in the library until you reach this. When you double click on this icon here, it will put all the components, the assemblies, right into this window. Can I have thumbs up that we know how it works, Chad? First, we set the labels. Second, we pick things from the library that we need. And then when you double click on that icon here, it will bring all the information into this area where you can take it off. That's what we're going to do to take off. You're going to see how easy that is. Yes, sir. Don't worry, we'll delete it. That's easy. Piece of cake. If you, well, I made a mistake, Chad. What am I going to do? Delete. Tons of deletes. Okay, so we came over here. Then, when you come over here, guys, this is where you're going to put your count. Suppose I was, in this case, it's not really corresponding, but suppose I have a single receptacle right here. I'm going to pick this one, and I need 50 of them. You put 50 here, and you hit count, and when you put 50, it brings them right in here. So this is step 3, and this will be step 4, and you are done. One more time. When you take off, first make sure, step number 1, make sure the labels are right. Step number 2, make sure you go to the menu. Always start with the menu. That's where it has all the material, guys. All the material are there. From the menu, you zoom down into the assemblies and items. This is the assemblies and items. You put the number that you want here, and you click enter, and it will pop it down into audit trail. Everything in this area, this is take off. Can you guys write yourself? This is where your takeoff is going to be located, right into this tail. So Ashley, everything at the top here is library. That's all. By the way, this one and this one is your library that you're pulling all these components and assemblies from. When you take them off, you're going to drop them right into so-called the audit trail, and that's what the takeoff that you've done is going to reside. Let's go do an example. Question. Any question, guys, about that? How to use this? If you know how to use this, you're done. You're really done. You know what the hardest thing would be next? Is to try to find the material. And guess what? This project, since you guys are beginners, I'm interested in the process. So you're going to go to the best of your ability, find the items or the assemblies. I will talk about this in a second here. Okay, click on this and close it. All right, any question about this one, guys? Let's take an example. Let's go take an example. Okay, let's do the power. I like power. So Ashley, I'm in base bed. I am not in additive. No, Chad. I'm going to go all the way to base bed. Okay. How many building? I'm only in building A. So I don't want to go to building B. Which floor am I going to go? I'm not in floor 5, God forbid. I'm only in floor 1. So put floor 1. These are the labels. And then power. Am I in lighting, fire alarm, security? Am I taking off lighting? No, I'm taking up power. So you're going to make up your mind. What are you taking? Power. And Nick, my friend, power. There are power receptacles and feeders and branch circuits and so forth related to receptacles and panels. I'm going to take them. These are, if you guys look at our sheet, they're under E. Most of them are under E6. So I'm going to go click here all the way to E6. Can I have a thumbs up, Chad? We know exactly how to set the labels. If you made a mistake in setting the labels, it's correctable too. Not a big deal. Anything you do, guys, is correctable. But if you follow the steps, set the labels first, then you're good to go. Can I have thumbs up? We are there? Okay. Now let's go look at, I need to take off receptacles. So I'm going to go to receptacles. Let's look at the library, guys. I have my options are wires, branch circuits, branch circuit with constants, whatever, feeders. We'll talk about all these devices. I'm going to go all the way to devices, right? Because receptacles are devices. Under devices, I have standard and I have spec. What's the difference? Now, this is where this is where the challenge is going to be. Trying to find what you want. Do me a favor, Rob, will you? Do not be perfectionist. If Chad is around, ask me, Chad, which one should I choose? If I'm not around, make your judgment and move on. We're interested in the process. When we bring our friends from Parts and Electric, guys, you know what they tell you? It takes 5 full years to make a good estimator. If you think you can graduate from Chad Curdy's class and become an estimator from the get-go, it takes full 5 years to understand. And most of it, guys, is not the software, the material. What needs to go where? You are acting as an electrician now. You are picking material for the job. So the more hands-on experience you know, the more material you can identify, the better estimator you will be. No question asked. So really, most of the time is going to be on identifying the material. Okay. Now, in spec is, remember the word spec with all the devices they use. Engineered projects are always spec, more expensive devices. Okay, so I need, okay, your option is switches or receptacles, Chad. I need receptacles. My option is 15 amp, Chad, or 20 amp. Of course, 20 amp. We don't even mention 50 when it comes to commercial building. Double click. Then go all the way to the end, guys, and double click. Can you guys see when double click? Everybody double click. When you double click, can you see that it shows you all the combination that God created under the gun of a receptacle, 20 amps. Everybody can see that? Can you guys see that? We're ready. You have to double click at the last one here. Did you guys double click on that? Do you see what? So remember, this is the library. From the library, you double click and it will give you the assembly and the item. Before we go, guys, assembly and item. Everybody knows the difference between assembly and an item? Rob, if it's an assembly, I need a device, right? Look at this receptacle right here. Where is it? In the wall, right here. This is an assembly. When you take it as an assembly, it takes the device itself, the cover, the box, and the wire nut inside it. That's an assembly. If you take it as an item, it only takes the yoke. It only takes the yoke. So, can anybody tell me which one is the best way to do it? Assembly. Then I don't have to worry about the device, the boxes, and the wire nuts, and if any. Cool? Okay, so can you see it says, what does it say here? What does it say here, right at the end here? Assembly. So we are looking at assembly. Okay. Now there are two ways of doing the information here. Two ways. Either you go count in the old way, 1, 2, 3, 5, 20, 25, 50. Okay. So I counted 50. Type 50 here and hit your old friend enter. And you have just taken 50 receptacles, 20 amp. Oh, which type? Can you guys see? I'm taking the first one. I see the one that's highlighted here. Can you guys see that? That's the one that I've taken. Now, if you want double duplex here, this is double duplex 20. This is quad. If you need GFCI, can you guys see a GFCI here? Hospital grade. Now, this is where you guys are going to spend the time, trying to chat which one, you know. So that's where you're going to understand the material. I'll show you if you don't understand what this duplex 20 amp, can't even read it, surface mounted, whatever. If you don't understand isolated ground, can you guys see where IG isolated ground? The one above it is hospital grade. There's different type of receptacles. If you don't understand one, I'll show you where to go to help. It will specifically say exactly what HOSP is. Cool? So for the time being, my friend, we're going to be taking just regular receptacles, 20 amp receptacles, and we have taken 50 of them. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? Yep, we got it. Got 50 receptacles. That's it. That's your takeoff. Now you can do this one this way, or let's do the counter that we just showed you, right, Mr. Counter? So let's just go count now. There's takeoff. Where is takeoff? Can you guys do me a favor? Can you go to the takeoff tab? Can you see where I am right now? And click in Power Probe. Power Probe. When you click on Power Probe, you get this one. You get this window. One more time. There are two ways of taking off. You really don't need to do anything with these. You don't need to do anything. There are two ways of taking off. You type the number here, done, hit enter, or you go to the power takeoff, Power Probe. Everybody got this window? Takeoff, Power Probe, cool. All right, let's go take off with this baby here, right here. So I'm gonna go count. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see it's counting? Everybody can see it's counting. As you highlight them, they're counted. Okay, 30. I counted 30 with this my highlighter. Do me a favor, when you do this, be gentle. If you shake it, it might register too. Okay? so be really gentle. Like if you cab it again, look, I cabbed it and it counted 2 more. So be very gentle when you deal with this. If you made a mistake, by the way, like when I cabbed it, I added 2. Just go here. Oops, I don't think it allows you here. It should. 30. Oops. No, right here. It allows you to change it. Transfer count. Okay, here's my count. Change it. if you click on, if you try to change it here, it will open another window. Say, okay, you can change your count here because you made a mistake. Let's just say I'm going to make it 40 here. Transfer count. Now they're 40. All right. Now hit transfer count, and if you hit transfer count, I need to put myself on the receptacle transfer counts, and then where the heck is the probe? Bring it down. Oh yeah, here. Then I have 40 of them. Now to bring them, I have 40 of them. To bring them down here, guys, do you see what it says L probe? Hit the button L probe. L probe. You see when I hit it, what happened? It drops it down into my audit trail. Let's do one more time. Do it one more time. Let's go take a hospital grade receptacles, right? Click on the, I'm going to take, where is it? Hospital grade receptacle. Make sure you click on the hospital grade receptacle. This is what I want to take off, right? I'm going to start my count. I'm going to start my count, do take off. Here's my probe right here. I'm going to start my count. Count, 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 count. Done. 9 of them, right? I'm done. Okay, I added 10 when I capped that. So when you're done here, can you guys see it says L probe? Everybody can see L probe? Click L probe. I'm sorry, this is L, duh, Chad. L is for length. C probe. Hit C probe and up it goes with another 20 amp receptacle. Hospital grade. 2 ways of takeoff. You can type it and you don't have to deal even with the probes at all, or you can type it, or you can count it with the highlighter. Yes, Rob, my friend. Yes. To delete, if you guys highlight, click on, see, I'm going to delete the last item. Click on it until it becomes black like this. Can you see where it says become black? And hit the button delete. Do you see that? Are you sure you want to delete it? Yep. Cool. See how hard that is? The hardest part is try to understand the material. That's all. The rest is piece of cake. You made a mistake with all of them. We can delete everything, bring everything, feel free to play with it, guys. Not a big of a deal. Okay, before I give you a break, I'm going to do length now. We're going to do length. Same thing. So if these were receptacles, would it make a difference? I can go, like for example, if I want to take switches. Can you see where switches here? Click on switches. What type of switches, Chad? You will be full to put 15 amps in the commercial building, 20 amps. Here's the combination of all the 20 amp receptacle is. I have S1, 2, 3. See, I want to take this assembly. Look at this, right here. You're looking at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 5 single pole switches with a cover, 5 gang cover, or 5 gang box, and 5 receptacle cover, right? So which one do you think is going to meet my requirement here? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spec. Okay, so let's go to this baby here and click on this, and this will see how nice that is. This will take the box, 5 gang box, 5 single pole 20 amp switches, and 5 single pole 20 amp cover for them, and yeah, that's basically the major thing. Cool. Now let's go count them. I want to use the probe to count, will you? Now, if you start the probe again, I think it resets itself. If you start it, it will reset itself. So I'm going to go count. How many you guys want of them? Okay, so let's get 14. I have 14 of them, right? I counted 14, or I can type 14. I counted 14 of them. What do you think I'm going to hit? The C probe. Hit C probe. And my friends, you have just got 14, not 14 switches, 14 of this assembly. So 14 times, you know how many switches you have taken? 14 of this assembly. Everybody understand what an assembly is? 14 single, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single pole 20 amp switches with a cover and a 5 gang box that comes with it. Now Ashley sitting there said, is it metallic box? Plastic box? These are mostly metallic, but you can build any assembly you want, guys. You can build assembly with metallic boxes, assembly with non-metallic boxes, assembly with concrete boxes like these, assembly with sheetrock boxes, metal boxes that you can put in sheetrock and metal studs. You can build anything you want in this system. Okay? I'm going to take one more. Let's say boxes. Can you guys see where it says devices? Go to devices, hit boxes. I want to say boxes. Okay, let's say outlet boxes. No, I want to say this is masonry box. Can you see handy box? All the boxes that got created are here, and mostly in the industry. Let's see what I can have my. Okay, let's look at this. Box 4 square box, deep. Can you guys see where it says this is a 4-inch square box deep? How do you know? You have to know the material. Okay, so I clicked on this, and I need surface mounted with a blank. Okay, let's just say the first one. I want to have a 4 square box deep assembly. Okay, and how many of them do I want, Chad? Let's just say, I'm not going to count them this time. I'm going to put a number. I want to have 9. Cool? Just type 9 and hit the old time enter. And you got 9 deep square boxes, 4-inch deep square box. J-box surface mounted. To stay sane, Rob, don't dwell too much into the material at this moment. Get engaged and try to understand the material as much as you could. I'll show you where to find all these explanations. Ask me when you do the stuff. But get interested in the process. How do you put the system together? The material will come with experience. Okay? Any question about taking off, guys, with count? Let's do length. And then I give you a break. How many times did I say I'm going to give you a break? Let's do length. Okay, so Ashley, I'm going to go branch circuit. Click on branch circuits. There are 2 ways. If you hit wire, can you guys see where it says wire? Wire, copper, solid, no. Don't even think about solid, stranded. And I want to use THChan. Okay, THChan. If you hit wire, stranded, THChan, guys, can you see that? What you see is what you get. If you see a wire, then if you take 100 feet of number 14, look at this. Say, click on that. See, I have no number 14, God forbid, we don't use it. Number 12. Number 12, THChan stranded, right? If you put 100 feet, it's actually 100 feet. Done. What if you have 3 of them, 4 of them, right? You have to multiply by 3 or 4. So the best way to take branch circuits and feeders is to take them as a feeder or branch circuit. Assembly, they call them assembly. Okay, so you can do it here, no problem. You take the wire and then you go back and take the pipe and the boxes. No problem, you can do that. The easier way is that they do assembly. So go to branch circuit. Okay, let's go to branch circuit. Hit branch circuit. The branch circuit is EMT. Okay, click EMT. DS strap on, let's just use the first one. There's different type of straps that goes into concrete and wood and everything else that got created. Let's pick the first one, and I'm going to use, here's where your option is, guys. How many conductors you need for this assembly? Always number 12 for branch circuit. So use number 12 and double click on it. It gives you all the assemblies that have been created in this system. Okay, take this. An assembly as I can go to number 12, half an inch assembly. So every time you hit it, tell my friend, every time you hit this one, it will give you a pipe, EMT, number 12, as well as the connector with the pipe and the 2 wires inside it. Isn't that cool? You don't have to even worry about the pipe anymore. The pipe is coming with it. Yes, sir. Okay, we're going to do that over what I've done. Okay, so I'm going to go branch circuit. I single-handedly, Mr. Curdy, decided to use EMT, which is 99% of what you guys are going to be using EMT. DS is the strap that comes with it, steel strap. We're going to click the strap, the first one. And here's my option. Number 14 conductors. All the conductors are here, number 14. Don't do that. It's usually number 12. That's your default. Because almost always your branch circuits are number 12. Your branch circuits are always number 12. Cool? All right, so double click on this. When you double click on it, guys, it gives you all the assemblies that came with this show. So I want to bring to your attention one little thing, Rob, my friend. Can you guys see where the smaller letter? If you are at a smaller letter, this is a category, a name. You have to go to the capital letters in order to take the thing that you want. Okay, so I want, so let's say I want the largest here, right here. So look what I picked. I picked 8 conductors, number 12 in 3/4 of an inch. 8 conductors, number 12 in a 3/4 of an inch. Why would I choose something like this, guys? 8 conductors, number 12. 8 conductors, number 12. So I picked this assembly. I8, number 12. So let me show you how would you do something like this. Here's 1, 2, 3, and a neutral, and another 1, 2, 3, and a neutral. How many are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Can you guys see? And this is, I'm going to put them all in a 3/4 of an inch EMT. Does that make sense? I have taken 6 20 amp circuits, 6 20 amp circuits for receptacles, 20 amp circuits for receptacles, out of this panel, the top of this panel, group them in a 3/4 of an inch, all the way to a J box in the ceiling or a J box in the wall, and from there I split them to go to different directions. Now that's when you start thinking as an electrician. How do you group the circuits? That's the assumption is. So all these guys you can see, all these are 20 amp circuits, right? These are 20 amp, 20 amp. And out of these, everything here is feeding receptacles. So 8 conductors, that's what you're doing. You're grabbing 8 conductors that's actually coming from 6 circuits, 20 amp, to go feed multiple receptacles or lights or anything. So the question would be, Chad, how do I know if I have 8 or 7? Well, you're going to look at your circuits that you're taking off, the circuit that you're taking off. And part of the circuit could be 8 conductors, number 12. Another part might be 5 conductors, number 12. Or 7 conductors. So it doesn't have to be all 8 from point A to point Z. It might go from point A to point B, 8, then from point B to point C, it could be 5, and so forth. And that's actually what happened in reality. Any question, guys? Cool? Okay, so we got that one. So let's go. All right, so let's go take off this assembly. I'm going to take this one, guys, with the wheel. Can you guys see the wheel? Now I'm going to go measure. See your wheel? Everybody has their wheel, right? Okay. Now, can you guys see my wheel is very sensitive, guys, and it's calculating like crazy here. Everybody? So I'm going to go hit the calculator here and 0 it. Put 0 here. You start at 0. We start at 0. Cool. Now, if you guys start measuring and transfer the length. So everybody is at 0. The second thing you need to do, guys, is the scale. Okay, the second thing you need to do, oh wow, so look at that, it's going like crazy here. So sensitive. Okay, can you guys see the scale? What's the scale that's set there? 1/8. So important to set your scale right. So important. So if my scale is wrong, what do? You just go over here. Can you guys see where you set the scale? Change it. Now 1/8, I think the scale that we were using is 3/16 here. 3/16. It seems we're using 3/16. Here's a 3/16. The scale that I'm using is 3/16. But I have a lot of stuff here. I'm going to go 0 it. Put 0. Transfer the length. Everybody is at 0 and 3/16. Wow, so sensitive. Then you're going to start measuring your distances. Wheeling over the distance. Wheel, wheel, wheel. And when you're done, be very sensitive when you hold it. Hold it right. Now I have 193.39 feet of this assembly. Cool? What are you going to do next? You're going to go down here. Oops. We're going to go down here. It says where it says L probe. Hit L probe. And you have just, my friends, you have just transferred this assembly right in here. You have just transferred this assembly. Any question? Any question about transferring the assemblies? Any question, guys? Okay, 5 minutes break, and we'll continue. Let me start here. Any question about these 3 screens? Now, the mistake number 1 that happened is somebody goes and close this screen. Then, oops, Chad, how can I get my screen, right? Or close this screen. How am I going to get my screen? Let me tell you the easiest way of doing that. The easiest way, if you close any of these screens, right? Windows. The easiest way is to go back to label, click on label at the top, and go back to takeoff. Done deal. That's the easiest way. So if you accidentally close any of these windows, the easiest way is just go back one step forward or backward and go back again, and it will bring all your windows for you. Okay? All right, I'm going to go with one more takeoff, guys. I want to do one more takeoff. Now let's go do lights. I'm going to go floor 1. I'm going to change myself into lights. Can you guys switch to lights? I'm going to go change myself into lights based on the project that we have. Is actually, let's do floor plan light 5. It's 5. Can you guys make sure that your labels are base bed, building A, floor 1, lighting, and E5? Can I have thumbs up when you guys are there? Cool. Jackson, you guys are good? Nick, my friend, we're good? Okay. All right, so that's the first thing you do. Set up the right label. Okay. Let's go talk about lights. When you do lights, there are 2 components for lights. All the fixtures, guys, are going to be coated material. The fixtures themselves are going to be coated, meaning we will be having a coat, adding it to the project. That's 99.9% of the time how we do it. So we're going to take them labor only. We're going to take these babies labor only. Okay, for lighting, let's talk about lights first. Let's go get the lights. Okay, so let's go for, okay, what am I here? I'm looking for fixtures. I think this is where you go. Okay, fixtures. Can you guys see where it's F? I wish they are in alphabetical order. Can you see where it says fixtures at the bottom? You're going to go to the menu, and then let's say fluorescent fixtures, right? Now you need to know kind of rough idea what type of fixture you do. You can later on, guys, in advance, you can build your own schedule, lighting schedule there. We're not going to go there. It will take us a day to build the schedule and all this stuff. We're not going to go there. You're going to go pick up a fixture that's similar to the fixture that you're installing. Remember, you're only allocating labor. The material will be allocated as a code. Okay, so troffer, land. You guys picked a bunch of troffers land like these, right? In a project. So grab the first one, troffer land with a box. Let's do troffer land with a box. So that will get the box with it. Okay? All right. Let's go. You guys use 2x4, 4 lamps or 3 lamps. Now, if you can't, here's your option: 2 lamps, 3 lamps, or 4 lamps. I'm going to go pick up a 2x4 troffer right above your head here with 3 lamps. If you couldn't find how many lamps based on the stuff that you did, just pick anyone. Remember, we're doing it for what? We're doing it labor only. Labor only. Okay? All right, so here's I put my troffers, and here's your 2 options, Jackson. Either you count them by hand, and you put them right in here. Say I counted of these babies, I put, let's just say 18 of them. I type 18, right? And hit the old time enter. And you got yourself 18 troffers. Okay? The challenge that I have with this one, I don't think I changed them. So right now they will have a material with them. So can you guys see where it says review? Everybody can see that review here? Click on review. If you click on review, it will tell you the price of these fixture. Right now, this fixture is $116 in $116 in Mississippi. And if you come to downtown New York, you have to buy it for $217. Can you guys see the prices? Different prices for different type of a country. So you start with price 1 all the way to price 5. So which one am I going to use, Chad? Well, when you take off, you're going to use the price based on the area that you're going to be bidding this job. So I'm going to be using the cheapest one, guys. And one more time, to get there, can you see where it says review here? Click on review. Click review again. Yeah. Guys, two things. When you click on review, can you see where it says review? The first click will get you what the assembly is. It's an assembly. It's actually a Traffarley N2x4. It has a lamp of T32 T8 lamp, a whip, fixture whip that comes with it, and yellow 3M nuts or wire nuts. And what's the other one? I can't see it from here. Traffarley and hanger. All these in one big fat assembly. Can you guys see that? So when you take this fixture, it took all these with the fixture. Complete. That's what an assembly is. Now, if you click one more time, could you please do me a favor? Click one more time. It will give you the price. Can you guys see the price for this assembly? Okay, now do me a favor. I'm going to go right under the price, number one. Can you guys see we say each? CMX. I'm going to say Q. Anybody knows why Q? Q stands for coated material. When you click on Q, what happened to the price number one? Zero. You have just zeroed price number one. Meaning, take this fixture as labor only and don't take it as material. Okay? And then let's take it. Now we're going to go take it. After we change it to 0, 18, and hit enter. Oops. And remember the one that I did before? The one that I did before? Delete it. Okay. Let's take one more fixture. And again, these are all exercises, guys. You can take them, delete them at any time. Let's take one more fixture. Click on review. Review again. I want to bring this one back here. Okay. Let's take HID fixture. Let's see, what is it? High bay, low bay, low bay. Okay. Light stadium. Okay. Top height fixture. Metal halide. Let's take MV. Okay. Class 1 mercury. Wall mounted wall. Let's take the wall mounted metal halide right here. And again, we can search for the rest of them, guys, at any time. I'm taking wall pack metal halide, the ones that we put on the back of the building. I'm going to take the 100 watt because that's the closest to what I have. Can you guys see when you say review here? Review it. It will tell you what comes with it. Review again tells you the price. I'm going to make the price coated, Q, coated, price 1, because that's what I'm going to use. And how many of these did we put? 6 of them. And I'm going to hit enter. Here's my fixtures around the wall. How hard is that? The hardest thing is to find the fixture similar to what you have done. I could go and counted them, use the probe. Same thing, you just count the fixture and it will register it with the probe. Any question, guys, about this? The lights. Let's take a branch circuits for the light, for the lighting system. Remember, the light has to have branch circuits with it. So if your system gets mixed up like this, guys, and like mine all over and whatever, if your system gets mixed up and you want to bring it back to speed, one more time, go back and back again. And you get back into the layout that familiar to you. Okay, I'm going to go take under lighting fixture, the same thing, branch circuits. And I'm going to use EMT, same strap, number 12. This time, all these fixtures, I fit them with the 6 number 12 in 1/2 inch EMT conduit. Now, if you are putting it in a 3/4 inch, then you can use them as, take them as wires and conduit, separate. Okay? So I grab this. Everybody's there, guys? Branch circuit, EMT, number 12, and right at 6. Okay, so let's go measure these babies. So let's do the takeoff, the probe from here. Here's my probe. It's set at the same scale that before. And I'm going to go start measuring the area. Start looping it all the way, wherever you want to go. And feel generous. Nobody's going to, you're not bidding on a job here. Otherwise, so here's the distance that I have. When I'm done, I'm going to go L probe and off you go with these branch circuit that's going to go for your fixtures. Now you can go as deep as you want. Start looking. Have we taken the boxes? Have we taken the hangers? Have we taken this one? I want you guys to focus on the big picture. Big pictures are branch circuits right now, fixtures, and devices. Cool? Don't get into hung up on every single little thing. Otherwise, you will go nuts and take, I mean, we don't have the whole time to putz around it. As you go through and become familiar with the system, you start digging deeper and deeper into what the assembly has and what the assembly doesn't have and what do I need to add. Okay, before I let go with this area, guys, so we have taken, and you continue doing the same thing. So for our project, Ashley, here's the assumption, because you need to take off. Assumption, we're using EMT conduits. So you're going to take all the branch circuits are EMT conduits. Now, though we have feeders, remember the feeder, guys? Let's do one for the feeder, okay? Take this. I'm going to go to the site. Can you guys see where it says site? Click to the site. Go to service, where it says service. Remember that service? That's service to the building. And this is power, part of the power. And I'm going to go to the service. That was in E. Which E was the service? E, the site, plan, lighting, and power. E4. E4, right? So what I'm trying to do right now, I'm going to take the conduits that's coming to my building from the service, the feeders. Cool? That's coming, bringing power to the building. I need to put this. Can you guys change yours into site, service, power, E4? Now, what, Chad, if I didn't put site? What if I put building? Is it wrong? No, it's not wrong, but it's not right. It's not the right information when you manage the project. You want the service to be associated with the site, because service right now, if all the conduits are going to be in the site. Can I have a thumbs up that we change the labels to this? Okay. Now with this, I'm going to go find the feeder. Can you see where it says feeder, guys, here? Click on feeder. With feeders, it tells you, is it an EMT feeder? No, we're underground. We're using PVC Schedule 80. And we're going to use PVC Schedule 80 with parts. And we're using 1 inch, all the way. We're going to use, gosh, what was that? 4 inch. I think it was 4 inch, the one that we did. 4 inch PVC Schedule 80. 4 inch PVC Schedule 80. So I grabbed 4 inch PVC Schedule 80. And here's my 4 inch PVC Schedule 80, right? And let me see what's in it. If you review it, guys, you hit review. How can I bring you back to my, okay, let's go back again to where we were. Schedule, okay, I got out of it. Give me 1 second here. Let's go back to PVC feeders, PVC Schedule 80, and with parts, I'm going to use the 8, and I'm going to be using this conduit, PVC Schedule 80. I'm going to review it to see what's come with it. It came, review again. It's just a PVC. Can you guys see it's no wire in it? There is no wire in it. Just conduit. Just conduit. Okay? No wire. Okay. So then you go measure it. Suppose when either you measure it with the wheel or you can just type it. Let's say it's 100 feet. 100 feet and hit enter. I have taken 100 feet of PVC Schedule 80. No wire in it. Let's go get the wire. Let's go get the wire. Okay. Assembly. Let's go get the wire. For wires, you're going to go to wires. Can you guys see where it says wires? Copper, stranded, and it's outside, so it's going to be XHHW. Can you guys see where it's XHHW? Okay, everybody got that one for the wires? Let's go back into the size. What was the size that we used? We have did you guys use for the feeders? We have a 400 amp or a 500 amp panel, depending how you did it. Let's just say we have, what's your size, Nick? 250 kcm. Thank you. Let's use next 250 kcm. Here's a 250 kcm. And what's the length of that baby? I want to remind you how many conductors and what's the length. So there are 4 conductors. We're pulling full neutral. So whatever the length is, you're going to multiply by what? 4. So let's just say it was 100 feet. Okay, 100 times 4, 400. Okay, now some of you say, well, how about termination on each side and all this stuff? You can add another 10 feet for termination on each side. But for the time being, say 100 times 4, 400. I'm going to type 400 here and hit miss enter. And I have taken all the wires for the fields. Now, how hard that would be? The key point drop to understand the system, always work with assemblies unless you can't find an assembly or the assembly is not there. How do I know if it's an assembly or not? The question is, how would I know if I have taken this assembly or not? Look at this, 350. If you hit, guys, review, hit review, can you guys see that? It shows the price. Hit review again. It will show only, look, what is it? Is there anything with this cable coming? Can you see what it says? Is there anything other than the cable? So what would that give you? It is an item. It's an item. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't come up with anything other than just the cable itself. Cool? Okay. So we have taken the service. Now, if you have 2 runs, like I think you guys have 2 runs, what do? You take it twice, the same value twice. Or you multiply by 2 and you take it. So the 8 becomes, the 400 multiplies by 2 because I'm running 2 runs, 800. And the 200 runs of conduit times 2 becomes 200. Make sense? Because you're parallel. Any question, guys? And the rest is history. How to group them, how to do find the information is just digging into that. You're going to spend a lot of time in branch circuits, wires, branch circuits, and feeders. So be very careful with that one. Devices, you're going to spend some time in devices, and you're going to spend some time in fixtures for the fixtures. Equipment, if you hit equipment, guys, you're going to spend some time with equipment because that's where you get your panels. Here's my panel board, my panel boards. Here's panel boards. What's my panel board? The panel board that I'm using is 28123 phase, 28123 phase. And here's all my option for 28120 main circuit breaker. Yep, the main was main circuit breakers. What was the size of it? 400, right? Or 500? I have my option is 600, of course. So if you don't have your option, you're going to go 600 because we have 500. Review it. Review again. You see where the price is, guys? For the panels, I'm going to coat the panels. So make the panels coated. All your panels, all your lights will be coated. What does that mean? It's going to be a price only. No labor only. No price. So when you hit the Q, and how many panels? I have 1 panel and hit enter. I have taken my 500 amp panel. And don't sweat it hard. It says 40 circuit breakers and so forth. We're taking it as a price only. The details, the devil, Jackson, my friend, is in the detail. How to find the exact one that's similar to what you have done. That comes with experience. Again, please, when you guys take it, take the closest to it. But please spend some time digging in first. You know, what I don't want to see is, I don't want somebody to see him taking a single-phase panel when we're doing a 3-phase panel. That's easy to you know what I mean? If you made a mistake in 400 to 500, that's okay. But single-phase, we say 3-phase. Okay. Any question, guys, about the panel?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can you put the panel under service power 3-4? If we want to switch it, because we already grabbed it, right? It's right there.
Yes. I want to switch it. Can I do one little thing before we switch here? Well, can you see what it says? Let's go there. Can you see what it says? Change labels. But you need to know before when you change it where. Let's decide where we're going to put it. So I need to move it from its site service power into E.
You want to go E6?
E6 is the power. E6 power, yep.
Level for floor 1.
Floor 1, okay. So I need E6, floor 1. That's it, power. Okay, so let's go change label. Can you guys see what it says change label at the bottom? Change label. It will tell you, okay, now I don't want to even, I did not want to go there, but that's where you change the labels if you made a mistake. You know what, guys? The easiest way really right now, the easiest way is just delete it and put it under the right label. But if you wanted to do it, this is how you do it. Um, so we are going, this is the panel that we took, and it's under this label. Go to, and we need to copy or move. We need to move it. Can you guys see? This is the one I highlight, is the one I want to move. I'm going to move it to floor 1, power, E, which E? E4, did we say? E6. Okay, can you see where I'm going to move it to where? I'm going to move it from E4 power service right here. Can you guys see at the top? Right here, right here. I'm going to move it where it is right now into floor 1 power and E6. It says, do you want to copy or move? Can you see where copy or move? Move, Chad. Yep, move it. And it has been moved to the right label. Okay, and then when you're done, X out of that baby, and now it's set at the right panel. The challenge with the software, guys, then it gives you, can you guys see where it's negative here? It gives you -1 here. So what you do, just go right, highlight the one that has negative number, and what do you do with it? Delete it. Okay. One other thing that's very important here, Ashley, my friend, is can you guys see, this is all the stuff that I've taken off. What if I just want to see the stuff that I've taken off under this label, right? Can you guys see this filter here? If you go filter by current label, see what it says current label? If you filter by current label, everything you see here, Oladipo, is related to E4 power service side basement. You wouldn't see anything that's not under this label. That's a nice way of making your takeoff manageable. One more time. If you change the filter into all takeoff, it shows you every single thing that you took off. If you only want to see the stuff that you took off under particular label, just go all by current labels. So if I want to see, for example, under 6, all what you have to look at this. If I change this one to E6, I have not taken anything under E6 power service side. So I'm not going to be able to see anything. So if you change, every time you change the label, it changes the stuff that you have taken off under this particular label. Okay, this is a nice filter, guys, to clean your stuff. For beginners like you, what I suggest for beginners, just leave it as all takeoff so you can see your stuff and you feel happy about it. Any question? Any question about the takeoff? Okay, so we're going to be taking off only 2 things. Please remember this. We're going to take off the lighting system and the power system. So the question is, what happened to the low voltage? No takeoff for low voltage. But if you need to take off the low voltage, there is low voltage, by the way. Fire alarm system, no takeoff. It's going to be cool. The only 2 things we're going to take off is lighting system, the lighting fixture, as well as the branch circuits. Power system, the receptacles, the feeders, the branch circuits, the panels, everything associated with the disconnects. We have a generator. We're going to take off the generator as labor only and all this good stuff. Generator, by the way, we have a generator here, thought. Generator, can you see where it says equipment generator? Here's my option for generators. What was the size of the generator you guys came up with? Let's say 250. And remember, I want it only labor only. So what do? Review and see where it says 2 grands. I'm going to go put it as what? Code. And how many generators did we take for this project? 1. 1 generator. 1 and hit enter. I have taken my generator labor only. See how hard that is? But make sure every single power component, chillers, don't worry about them. The chiller itself, all the mechanical equipment themselves, we don't take them. We take the disconnect for them and the feeder, but not the equipment. Electrical equipment, yes. Dustin?
What's all the equipment? Like
Q? Oh yeah, E is EH, C is 100. Remember that when we took the estimation? These per 100, per E is per each, per 100, per 1,000, and X, I can't remember what X is. Has to do with this price is, right now it's defaulted to each by default, but we're going to change it into Q because we do, Q, guys, the major equipment, the electrical equipment major, the generator, the panels, and the lighting fixture all are going to be lump sum code because they're expensive. We don't take them up as price. We always take them up as material, as labor only. Okay? Yeah. Where, okay. Do you see where you go under equipment? Right? Generator right in the middle. And generator again. And you see all your generators. See them? Always start with the menu. Always start with the menu. Any question, guys? Any question? Okay, I'm going to do a couple of takeoffs. And then after lunch, guys, I would like to do the extension. Do extension. Add the... I have numbers I want to give you for the contractors, subcontractors, and coated material. And then we do the extension, we're done. Then the rest for you, what you're going to be doing, guys, is just taking off your project. You're going to print. For me, guys, I want you to see a 22 by 34, printed to scale, colored, highlighted in order to get full credit for the class. Colored, highlighted. I mean, anybody can throw numbers, but I want it to be as real number as we can get to it. Okay. I want to remind you guys, as you go through, if you go to help, right here, contents, there's a lot of information that you can pull out of these. A lot of information. I wouldn't suggest at the time of the project to go mess around with it, but if somebody has any time, you can go to the help and you can find, like every other software, you can have tons of information about help. Okay, panel boards, transformers, meters. What else do we have? Load center, breakers and switches. So all the information, you feel free, guys, to look at these and familiarize yourself with what they have. Again, there's a lot of stuff in here, and the more you know about it, the better your estimate will be closer to the truth. You would never reach the truth, but closer to the truth. Grounding. If you guys hit grounding, we're going to take a grounding. They get you the rods that you can deal 5/8, 2 rods 5/8. You can take them, collect 2 for this building, and hit enter. So you can get a lot of stuff about grounding too. Clamps. You 5/8. We're going to use say 3 clamps here. 3 clamps. At least 2 or 3 clamps we're going to use. So here's the grounding. Telephone, forget about it. We're taking it off. Equipment, panel boards, breakers. Here's the breakers. If you click on the breakers, we have 2-pole, 3-phase, single phase, 250. This is all the breakers that you can have. See, okay, you see breakers, all the 220. Here's my 220 breakers, single phase up to 250. Our system is 208, so with the 250 help us, yeah. So if all my breakers 20 amp, you go to your panel, count all the breakers, how many are there? Let's see if there were 60 of them. Here's 60 and hit what? Mr. Enter. So your job, guys, is to basically dig into the menu and try to find as much of the information as you can. Cool? So as I said, 90% of your time really will be spent right in here on this takeoff. Okay, any question, guys, about the takeoff? Summarize. We started with jobs. If you guys click on step number 1, we set up the job. We go to labels. Step number 2, we set the labels. Step number 3, we did the takeoff under the right label, right? And step number 4, when we're done with the takeoff, remember how we did the estimation last quarter? We said when you do the takeoff, extending. What is extending and totaling? Doing the math. Not a whole lot for you and I to do, guys. 90% of your job is going to be in the takeoff menu. In the takeoff menu, trying to understand what the takeoff menu is. Okay. Let me take one more thing. Suppose I want to take wire only. Let's say wire stranded, and let's just say the stranded wire, you can expand that one, and I'm going to use THHN, typical. Here's all my wires THHN. This is just wire number 12. So you can count, add all your wires, count, multiply them by how many, the length, by how many of them you have, add all your number 12, multiply it by how many runs you have of them, 2, 3 conductors. And let's suppose that I have, I counted them, multiplied them, and end up with, say, 1,000 wire, 1,000 feet of number 12 THHN stranded copper, and hit enter. So this is wires only. What you see is what you get. No connectors, nothing. A wire is a wire. Okay. Let's say conduits. Can you see where it says, where's conduits? Yeah. It should be under conduits, devices, underground fixtures. You should be able to get conduits. Equipment, maybe? Transfers. See, anybody see the conduits? Feeders, branch circuit, not as like a branch circuit. Oh, where the heck did they put the conduits? Maybe under feeders and branch circuits. Let's say feeders. Here's a conduit. They put them under feeders. If you put feeder, and if you click, like, say, EMT, I'm using EMT, and I'm going to use EMT with a strap. I don't know. Well, these are for, they don't go smaller. These are big ones, though. Branch circuits, maybe. Branch circuits, these with wires. EMT, I'll find them. Where can I get that, my EMT? So most of it, guys, it's meant to make, especially the branch circuit, make you take them with power, with wires, conductors with wires. Can you guys see that? All right, we'll find rigid PVC. We need EMT straps, drops. Devices, grounding, equipment. I can't remember. I'll find out. So you can take as wire. If I put here, if I put item, okay, if you hit item, guys, I'm sorry, I know how. If you hit item here, it will convert it into, we can see the conduits. One more time. If you hit assembly, if you hit that little button that says assembly, 99% of what you see here is assembly. If you want to see just what you see is what you get, can you hit item here? Now we changed the menu slightly. Now you can see the conduits. That's where the conduits are. Now what you see is what you get. Can you guys see the conduits? What you see is what you get. Here's a conduit, EMT. I need conduit, not coupling, just EMT conduit. Okay, I want to take just EMT conduit. I care less. And all of them are 1/2 inch. I'm going to go measure them, and I have 1,000 feet or 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet, and hit enter. Done. One more time. Work with assemblies. If you can't find what you're looking at as an assembly, guys, please always click on item here. It will get you everything here converts. This is interesting. When you hit on item, everything here, it becomes an item. Meaning what you get, what you see is what you get. If you hit assembly, everything here convert to assemblies, right? Assemblies. What is an item? An item is a receptacle, a yoke is a yoke. An assembly, when you take a receptacle, it's a yoke, a cover, a box. So which one is the best way to do that? Always assembly. But if you can't find your stuff as an assembly because it's not made in assembly, guys, when you become an advanced estimator, you build these assemblies. You build them. Because there's at least 100 ways of doing this based on the material that you use and the wires and everything else. So you build the most common assemblies that you use, and you start using them. Any question? Any question about the takeoff? Any question about the takeoff? Okay, now we're gonna break for lunch, guys, and after lunch, I'm gonna take the takeoff that we did and do two things. We're gonna do the extension. The extension take us literally 1 minute. Literally, just hit extension, and then I'm gonna spend time on bid summary. Add the labor in the bid summary, guys. I'm gonna add my labor, and I want you guys to be with me because that's what the labor that I'm gonna put right now is labor for our project. I'm gonna put the labor, and I'm also gonna put the codes. I'm gonna give you the codes, so you have to put these numbers, and the subcontractors, and the overhead, and the profit. We're gonna add them in the bid summary, and guess what? We're done. The rest is, as I said, 90% of the time, please, 90% of your time, really is going to be right in here, trying to figure out and navigate the system, navigate the system. Any question, guys, about the takeoff before I let it go? Any question about the takeoff? Now, yeah, save. It's already saved for you. When you close it, it's already saved. When you open it next time, and it doesn't tell you where the system is saved, guys, it's embedded in the software. When you open it, it will next time it will refer you immediately to this screen, and then your commercial project is right here. You're going to double click on the commercial project, and off it goes. So if you guys want to do something now, why don't you go back to projects, double click on commercial projects, see what the details is, the one that we're missing the details. We need to fill these details. One more time. If you go, we were at takeoff, go to jobs, and go to your commercial job right here. Make sure it's highlighted and hit details. And you need to fill this information about this project. So that will keep you busy while Chad is eating. You guys gonna eat too? No? Okay. 11 o'clock sharp, guys. If you want to grab something, I really would like to start with the extension and bid summary. Cool? Thumbs up, thumbs down in between. Cool? Okay.